What's good, y'all? What's everybody up to? Hey, what's up? Shout to CommenterNation. Hello, everybody. Slide in, hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. That way. Hit the like button. Let's get it rocking. Bring people your questions. Hit the like button. Let's get it rocking. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hit that like button. Hit the like button coming through. Yeah. Soon I'm gonna have live set up. Merry Christmas, G's. We gonna have things set up soon where I'm gonna do lives often. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. So what's good, everybody? Are you drinking? Is that why you say coquito? Happy holidays. Shout to XxxTentacion, Dawn Rega, Monica Nurse, Chris A, Maya Orsko, Ajiz S, Nicole Lee, Drew Nolan, Alicia Madison, Miss Matt, HK Beats, Sure 27, Corey Nicole, Happy Holidays, The Zena, Beast 22. How you guys doing? You ready with the gifts on deck? Hit that like button. Have a happy holidays. Share it with family if that's who you're able to share it with. You know how we rock. Family first. Yeah, I'm not stressed. I don't stress. Your granddaughter's probably gonna have a happy Christmas. What's going on new with everybody? Shout to y'all. I try and drop as many as I can. No matter what I have going on, I'm going to go live a lot more. I'm going to discuss it. What's up, Gia? Let everybody else know. All them people making the wrong comments, they could come in and ask questions. Yeah, he should have left him alone. I agree. But you see when people are too overzealous with their stance and they feel invincible, as 6ix9ine said on the Breakfast Club, you don't think logically. He wasn't thinking logically. He wasn't paying attention to the model and the way everything ran. He was playing superstar, super powerful. He was on a power trip. You didn't miss much. I just discussed 6ix9ine and how the managers probably had set things up to a situation where they had the power over his royal situation. He probably that he found this out, and he didn't do the paperwork. Everything he was doing, and then thugs know that I could hook them up. I ain't able to work against it in some way, shape, or form. If things are going the way they're meant to go, and it's all up to his reaction. Remember, your reaction is the action that determines the end of a situation. Hit that like button. Come through and hit that like button. All right, see you, Gia. Hit the like button coming through. Show respect to the movement. There's a certain way you gotta move in the industry, and I said it myself. Up the likes. That's right. So, being what the situation was, I approved another young life lost too soon for no reason. Hit the like button and let's get this rocking. Let's get it packed. Anybody got questions, you can ask them. How many people were aware of the different things I spoke of dealing with the suspects and how the information was unveiled? Does everybody investigate the same? Hate Dominus lives, DJs, as they call them. They're all about that's what they do. Whether Genesis looks different, I would say that I'm a legend. She did look strange in a few pictures I saw. As far as the different part, it not being her, I'm not sure. Different people have different angles, but yes, I did see a very strong similarity between some other women I seen in some other pictures that he was a part of. Now, do I say doubtedly or undoubtedly? Either way, whether it was her or not, I'm not sure. But I know that I'm very curious about the pregnancy thing. I see one pregnancy picture, but as you know, when a woman's pregnant, she'll take multiple pictures. And I would like to see it on a day-to-day life type basis, because a lot of these women are very photogenic in the fact that they're always taking photos that they should depict themselves and carry themselves a certain way. So that interests me, that I did or did not see certain photos that looked a certain way and some that didn't look how I thought they should. Hit the like button coming through. Show respect to the movement. Merry Christmas. Christmas Eve with the commenters. Welcome, everybody, welcome. You're allowed to ask me any questions you'd like to. Open any questions that may be presented. My one thing though about the situation is that I felt the pitchfork thing should have been addressed by the family environment. That's why we're most concerned, because pitchfork was shot. And it seemed like they didn't pay for it. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Chris, holding it down. I thought Pitchfork really deserved to get addressed the right way. And I feel like they didn't step up and handle that. It was almost like it was business dealing with your son. You didn't handle that. That's what I feel. And I can say undoubtedly that this situation led me to believe. I appreciate you too, man. I appreciate it. Hit the like button if you're just coming in. I felt like they got a pass they shouldn't have been able to get. Because if you're going after Ari for 15 grand off of her opinion in a magazine, but you're not going after a news station and a corporation for much more than that when you honestly can earn that because of how they played it. They released it like it's fact. How you gonna release something like it's fact and then slide out the situation like you want things unveiled a certain way? They just get through. Well, I knew she was to her because they have a vendetta. There's more going on behind the scenes than people want to admit. There's some stuff going on with them. My thing is with the area thing, that I'm pretty sure she knew it was coming too. She knew that there was going to be consequences for her dealing with the magazine. My question is, did she get paid from them? Because if they're going to release it that way, yeah, I know the connections going in and out. That's very random, but we should be good. I mean, my thing is, I felt like she gave a pass to a major mogul. So that's my thing. It's a situation where they ultimately, uh, the way they played it was very questionable. And I'm not understanding the details behind it. And when I read the release and I read what it was actually about, it really made me say to myself, um, is this an intimidation factor? Is this to prove a point? Is there another reasoning behind it? I think there's more to it, and I think we'll realize it later on. Hit that like button. Hit that like button coming through the channel. I got more coming up tomorrow. Depending on what time it is, I might even go live with it. What Cleo's and Ari's real beef is. Well, number one, I can tell you, part of the real beef has to do with what occurred at the funeral. Now, there's two sides to the story, and I've heard out both, but I can't pick which one is truthful. Ari's alleging that when she showed up to the funeral, it wasn't being done as a normal funeral. There's even claims that there was dancing and stuff going on, like some type of celebration, someone alleged, that was occurring during this entire time. And Cleo saying that Ari allegedly showed up with someone who wasn't in proper attire for a funeral, that had things with them that wasn't synonymous to a funeral setting, and they felt that she was violating this scenario and wanted her to leave. That was the whole ideology behind that, from what I understand it to be. If I'm wrong, correct me. And they're both at odds ends, but where the Sue part comes in is her releasing a statement of directly calling it a setup without any evidence or proof, or even explaining herself to the magazine. And I believe she's doing this because, blessings to you too, June Nolan. I believe she's doing this because she's such a close figure to the family that this literally starts to implicate people. Literally, all she would have to do is drop names and everyone's looking, because this is family. That'd be like if something happened in my family and I start alleging that someone abused or didn't do what they're supposed to do. And then when you turn around, after this is being realized, things start coming out that the person that abused their power did some other things and did some other things. So it's sort of too close for comfort. And I believe she's doing this to push her back farther because she's too close for comfort. I believe that's a certain level and a certain strategy she'd like to use to try and prove a point to her. Like, you're not really part of this family. You do this, you do that, because she claimed there was sketchy people there. So when I'm claiming that there's sketchy people around, that means you're saying that it's funny business. When anyone claims funny business, you know that it reaches to another thing. Well, when I say proper attire, I mean not having anything under the shirt. Someone's alleging someone that came with her, being her stepdaughter, had something underneath their clothing that they shouldn't have had. And that's what was bothering her. Hit the like button if you're coming through. Show respect to the channel as we go up. There was something else going on, so I don't know anything about that. Blessings. Shout the beautiful Powell. Blessings. Yeah, it's she's saying there was something else happening. That's Again, that's alleged. I don't know that to be true or false. But I do want to add another thing to it, that Ari was saying that the vibe was off there. That's the one thing that can be speculated, that I guess we wouldn't need proof that if the vibe was bad. The 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 will, I want to say this about that will. Unless I can see a certified name on that document, the same as the autopsy and toxicology, it's all in question. Unless there's anything proof wise that can be added to the scenario to have some effect to what actually is going on, I think everything's in question, let alone the character of a lot of surrounding factors. Like, we seen people going at Drake because he had images of Tentacion, but we're accepting ski masks because why? Do you see how it's not fair? It's like, even though he got hit by a meteor allegedly in that video, and there's still allegedly an X impersonation. We don't know that to be true nor false, but that's part of what I'm saying. Like, what level of respect is being added to the scenario? There's a lot that's not being understood. There's a lot of different things that can't be verified. So, you know, I mean, it's in everybody's best wishes to have it calculate a certain way. I'm not knowing that if that's true or false, and I'm not really getting where they're going with it. So I really can't tell you. So I myself would have to get more information about how that kind of works. Shout to Sherry Hicks. Merry Christmas. I would like to have some type of information in depth about that, because I believe it's all speculation until there's something that's able to verify it. Well, we can say that uh, X picked something similar to Tentacion to do it because that was his friend in the past. So, a lot of it's up in the air. We want to be truthful. There's nothing without a shot of a doubt to say, look, he did it because of this, he did it because of that. It's still out there. Something that's not proven in any way, shape, or form, whether it's left or right. So my thing is that that's why I remain objective. That's the whole motto. That's the whole thinking. There's a certain theory to the thinking that allows understand a full situation. From my personal understanding, and that's why I say allegedly, because we don't know anything to be true or false because she hasn't spoken. But there's speculation around the reason she hasn't spoken. So it's all a matter of thinking. So she's using her logic to discern whether or not certain things are good to say. Well, in that same sense, no jail time is huge too, for the fact that we don't even see some of these witnesses that were involved in the situation in the interrogation room. How do you skip an interrogation room? Hit the like button if you're just channel to the movement. It's not gonna hurt your finger to slide and hit a thumb. Know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You got witnesses not seeing an interrogation room, but you're going on a manhunt with tax money, and you didn't even check their homes. So you find evidence later in a car that was at their residence, which tells me you didn't check it or you didn't do it thorough enough. No, autopsy and toxicologies have not been released. Shout to L Web. Ensure 27. Welcome. Hit the like button if you're just coming in. Show respect to the channel. My thoughts on the foundations is that I currently I have different information, couple pages from people who are part of foundations that did searches for him. They showed me multiple local searches, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Interesting at the least, I'm going to say. And that's all I can say for now without me putting something up or without me implicating something. They're interesting to say the least. There's a lot of interest around it. Hit that like button. There's a lot of interest around it. Subscribe and hit the bell if you have not yet. And that's all I can really put out there right now. I'm still talking to Agent M about the situation, and we're doing more checks about it. We're doing more searches, and I'm trying to find a relevancy in these establishments being deemed to be something that they brought out of Florida. And I have people in Florida checking for it, so they're going to let me know if the conclusion is opposite or adverse to what we thought was at first. And that's probably why she's very quiet, because she knows there's not only me, but a lot of other people that I work with that know what's going on. As far as a foundation, a charity, what's needed to be federal documents, IRS, we have all that down pat. And if I'm going to get sit here and called a clout chaser or other stuff and have random people come in to try and slander me, I'm going to start powering up, prove who's real, and between people saying that to me, trying to demean me on YouTube, the right move, and I make a certain decision, that'll finish anybody who's a potential enemy trying to slander my name or put something out there, extort me. Well, about the Mr. B character, and you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's the Zabella situation. He's interesting because I see a lot of different scenarios around him. You know, I seen the threats Zabella was getting. So for all of you who were slandering Zabella, I seen the threats being said to her. Now, I'm not going to go into detail, but it seemed like allegedly someone was threatening to mess everyone up around her, friend wise, people who were threatening her to mess up things for them if something was pushed to a certain extent. Shout out Queen Prodigy. Welcome to the channel. Hit the like button. Hit that like button when you come. So it seems like they were trying to force Zabella's hand to be quiet. That's the thing. There was a lot of threats of, we're going to silence you. And even before that, I seen some other things, chatting with different commenters. Shout to Oriah, welcome. Hit the like button when you come in. That's what I'm saying. There's too many parties I seen threatening her, saying things to her for her to at the least, not told one thing that was true. I'm not saying everything she said was fact, but I am saying something's true about what she's saying to see what was sent to her. You know, and this is the same individual who she's claiming has her under some type of contract. And I seen the contract she told me, it looked crazy, but maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But those individuals are behind the scenes who I could see being handlers of some sort, causing a situation for Zabella. And that's my problem. They're causing issue for Zabella. And it's because she's speaking to us. I would like to know, hit the like button coming through. And I would like to know exactly why and at what degree it's done. Now, if there are if there are some sort of, let's say, contracts revolving in video recordings, and it's shout out to Simply Shakindra, nice to see you. Subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you for coming through. Nice. All new people, subscribe and hit the bell. Subscribe and hit the bell, hit all notifications. We're gonna be lit tomorrow too. What I'm saying about the Zabella incident, she was getting a lot of flack, but I'm telling people to remain objective because I'm seeing implications of reactions to someone telling the truth. Even if they're saying she's a lie, if someone was lying, they wouldn't really be worried. But if someone's telling the truth, that's when you start making threats to extort them, that something's gonna happen to them. You know, that's the norm. And I've never seen that on a person who's lying. I've seen things telling them to shut up, they're a liar, or saying stuff like that. But even though people messaging her aren't calling her a liar, they're saying, yo, shut up, period. They're not saying anything wild. It's nothing that's taking it out of the zone where I even think that she's in danger to the point that she's saying, but there is some level of threats. Hit the like button coming through. Let me see. I mean, what am I supposed to say if none of these women are speaking up and they're okay with being abused and used as he's allegedly doing? What do you say? The things people do for a dollar. You know, I always work hard. A lot of people, I use my craft when I on my spare time, but a lot of people, they don't work hard, so I can't call it either way. What I can say that is I think it's interesting that these things have come out about it. Enjoy your weekend. Definitely have a few drinks. Get things popping. What's up, Aeneas? How are you doing? See, but there's too much going on for there to not be someone lying. Nice to meet you. Thank you for commenting and coming into the live. I try and know as many people as I can. I'm not going to know everybody. I try and know as many people as I can know. I appreciate you stopping by. Have a good Christmas Eve. Definitely enjoy it. Anybody have any questions, I'll answer. Yeah, I know. Her mother, that seems to be who's in her life right now. And I don't know what type of mother she is. How are you messing with me? I mean, I don't blame Isabella too, either. I can't help who questions the credibility. I only go off of what I see, what I believe in my heart, and what I speak on objectively, as I always have before I had nearly this many people on my channel. So I stick to what I did originally. I don't switch up because when you switch up on your media, you lose. And I recently had someone trying to extort me, trying to say that they're going to release information if I don't do something. So they can talk about credibility all they want. I know a lot of people got my name in their mouth. I'll look into that. Nage Innocent, shout to you, and I'll see what I could come up with dealing with that scenario. I'll get a couple of different pictures. Hit the like button coming through. I'll get a couple of different pictures and I'll look over and things that were alleged. Yeah, no need to mention that name. That person is no longer relevant to the scenario. You can keep the live, save it. I'm not rocking with people who move a certain way that's not like me. I made people get on YouTube just to talk smack and try and say things about me. I made careers, if they want to say that. You're new food, so keep it pushing. And you want to know when people are fake? It's when the only time that they can talk is when it's demeaning someone or trying to say something about someone else. They can't even do different media. The only way they show up is when I do the Tentacion media to try and demean me. So that alone tells me things. I don't have to sit here and I don't have nothing to prove to no one. I don't have nothing to prove to no one trying to extort me. I don't have nothing to prove to no one. Um, probably didn't. Probably didn't. But that's why if you don't know them, you shouldn't make certain comments. Again, whether they want to believe it or not, there have been people who are family that reached out to me. I've never met that source peaceful attorney in person. I've never met her face to face. I've never seen her. We never stood in front of each other. We never stood in the same city together, ever, 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 ever. So I don't know where that comes from. And I don't know why someone would claim that. See, that's why I say stay objective. And that's why I focus on the topic. Because if people are going to say they know me, say different things, how many people claim that they know um, some type of person and things? I'm not worried about threats. If people stop pump faking and do it, because I have my messages on what people did say, and I already spoken to officials about what they said, and I showed them what they said over time, and he already assured me not to worry about it, because what I have someone saying to me and trying to do to me is a cut and dry scenario. And the fact that people keep making new usernames to come back on just to do what they do and to try and be threatening, that's a form of harassment. And I told you, IP addresses can be tracked. Also, I got in touch with YouTube about it on the page, and tomorrow I'm gonna talk to them about IP bans and how that works, because people can't keep making a new username to come threaten people, let alone on my phone when I have extortion threats. So it's a certain way of moving. But yeah, ask questions. Let's talk about suspects and other things dealing with it. Well, you got to understand, I don't know. You see, and that's why I said, listen, I have the entire message layout of Dom is live messaging Bella. I have it all. I have the entire conversation. Now, what I don't have is what exactly she told him. But what I do have is his responses and everything he said. And I have a small, specific detail of him responding to her. I have these things. So I know it was something enough to get him up and ask her to stand behind him doing media. Now, what she said, it had to be some level of proof. And that being the case, is that even if we're going to talk about the subject of sacrifice in the industry, and people want to get into that level of it, you need to start small to understand how every piece fits in. It's like a puzzle. You're going to reference and look at the cover of the puzzle if you forget how to do it. But now you look back at the full picture after you start placing pieces together. It's a method to the madness. That's what it's always been. That's how it always will be. There's a method to the madness. When we're talking about other artists, because we don't know this for a fact, you see, and it may be that there could be some lies mixed with truth. That's why I say stay objective. But ultimately, if there's one thing that checks out that is damning evidence in some way, shape, form, or fashion, it's going to carry the entire thing. It's going to start building weight on top that could not be relevant, but could also be in a criminal manner or done in a way allegedly suing someone. Now, I remember when he spoke on that situation dealing with that other rapper. If there's no proof, there has to be people coming out saying there's proof. It's a whole manner of thinking. It's not like that, especially when it comes to suits and dealing with people who are abusing their power. It's not that easy. I myself don't play with magic, so I can't say whether magic's real or fake. I am aware of my capabilities, of my strengths, my weaknesses, my goals. If you don't have a dream board, you're not aiming for anything goal wise. You gotta have a dream board. Maybe someday I'll show it to you, a few of the goals that I have set out. subscribe and hit the bell, hit the like button. If you're just coming in, hit the like button. And that's also my thing. It's like there's so many parties acting and influencing each other. We don't even know. And that's the way it's going to be. That's the easiest way to endanger some type of opinion, some level of speaking. It's a certain way to do it. There's a certain way to do things. So you got to stay focused. A lot of people let their focus get off. You can't let that happen. You got to stay focused to what matters. Hit the like button if you're just coming through. Show respect to the channel. And you got to understand when there's multiple parties working, even though two people could be on the same side, their motives could be different. One person can have a motive to do this, another, like, even if you want to allege that there's maybe fame, you just never know how this type of thing works out. Hit the like button if you're just coming through. Show respect to the channel. It's CommenterNation. You already know, the greatest nation since United Nations. All patient. Never complacent. Now, here's my thing too. I want to add this. There were multiple people that reached out to me at certain points of time saying certain things. When I went back on it, some of them checked out on stuff they said earlier. So that's where my curiosity goes. Also, there was someone on my channel who said something else that was very interesting, but I blocked them at that time because I thought they were trolling. This was before I was more tolerant to people just putting stuff out there of their opinion. I wish I kept them though. I'm not sure where they were getting at. And I have people that have sent me certain things by fan pages that are saying things that are unbelievable. I don't know whether they're taking a shot at X through his fan page. I really can't tell. That's how weird it is. And this is on Instagram. Happy holidays, Christmas Eve. Spend it with your family. If you do the gift thing, love the gift of giving. However you want to celebrate it. Happy holidays. Hit the like button if you're just coming through. Hit the bell, subscribe if you're new. That simple. That way. I wanted to say, you guys said something about new usernames and stuff. You're just gonna have to swallow the fact that some of these are superstars. Like, there are some superstars that know what happened, but don't want to talk about it. Like, there are some superstars that know exactly what's going on, but don't want to say it. I know, because listen, about mid-July to early August, I was around. No, I'm not in a bar. I was around a female that was conversating with one of your favorite stars. I'm not going to name him, but she was conversating with him. And I went and checked out, and she was actually talking to him. I thought she was lying. And when he started talking, this guy was pillow talking to the max. Like, he was telling her everything. And he, at that time, I just started the X thing, had no sources, just started the X thing. Literally, he was telling everything. He was telling everything about the scenario. He said how it went down. He said who really did it. So I've been knew some of the things you guys are saying to me. It's just, where's the proof at to prove these type of things? It was a superstar, like one that's world renowned, beyond anything we can even speak of. Well known, well loved. And he was telling her everything. And I was just like, is this what they do? You guys have conversations behind the scene with random girls that you want to go meet up with and kind of just tell them everything? Is that how y'all move? I mean, he was reaching out, talking to a random girl. Like, you're nowhere near her. You don't know what she was doing, who she was talking to. No, it was not anyone around Tentacion at all. That's how I knew to look into it because it wasn't anyone around him at all. And I was just looking at her phone. She was showing me it all. I was sitting right there while he was doing it all. I was like, this guy is that cloud chasing. Made her show me his page. His page was official. I couldn't believe he was messaging her to even say this. And I'm like, is this what you do to get into a girl's pants? You talk about a scenario, try and tell them secrets and make them feel like you trust them. I couldn't believe it was that simple. Like, then I thought she was playing, and another one, a totally different world-renowned superstar, messaged her. Ooh, let me say this. Let me say this, and whoever left's gonna miss it. Hit the like button if you're new coming in. I gotta drop this. Now, here's what's most concerning to me. These two superstars that were messaging her, they consistently were asking her details about her young baby. That I don't get. And this was something that kind of, I guess, I let rest and didn't dwell on. Why were y'all so concerned with where her baby was at? Really? Why were y'all so concerned about that? That blew my mind. That blew my. I was like, they were two men superstars, two males, world renowned. Everybody loves them. Everybody loves them. I didn't know what y'all got from knowing where her kid was at, what her kid was doing. It was like you were more interested in her kid than her. I was like, and she was, dog, didn't realize it. I asked her. She's like, you know what? You're right. I'm like, I know. I was like, why do they keep asking about your kid? I was like, aren't these grown men? Why do they care where your kid's at? What are y'all asking about? They were nowhere around X, had nothing to do with X, nothing to do with him. But they were, he was spilling the beans on everything, on everything. That's how I knew it was deeper. That was my confirmation. I was probably about at episode 75, 78 in the series. That's how I knew it was bigger than I actually ever thought. These are two superstars that most women in this room will probably run up to right now. Y'all to run up to them. I was like, what in the world? I was like, this is a weirdo. All of these things are still speculation, Araya. Unless there's proof, you can't say those things. It's just a thought. Well, 6ix9ine got bigger problems to worry about. I said women will run up to the guys I was talking about, up to them, not run down on them, run up to them, like loving it, like they can do no wrong. That I will not tell you because I'm still looking into these superstars. I'm still watching them. I never tell you who I'm preying on to watch. No, it's fine. They would. They would. Listen, if I showed them on, no, I'm not confirming anything. If I showed them beside me, you would all go crazy. That those type of superstars that were telling what happened. Yeah, I was like, what? Then I at first, for like the first 2 hours, I was telling her, you don't know what you're talking about. Then I went and checked out their pages through her phone, all authentic them. And I'm like, what? Then I went and checked out their other social medias. It was them. The pictures they were sending, like, trust me, Czarr been knew it. I've been new, and I'm not going to go into detail, but one of the people they mentioned, I addressed them directly. Directly.
Hey, Missy, Merry Christmas.
I don't know why your connection is bad. Mine tells me if it's bad. Anyone else got a bad connection? But yeah, like, listen, after what I had heard that night, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like, what's wrong with these guys? Do they sleep? Here's my other, I gotta ask, do you superstars sleep? Yo, he literally was messaging back and forth till like 6, 7 a.m. It only stopped for maybe an hour or two. They didn't imply anything. That's what I'm saying. That's why I can't say. They didn't imply anything. They were stating it like fact. They were saying it's fact. They didn't imply anything. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I'm not saying who they were. No, they said who did it and said that they knew for sure he did it. Period. They just was saying who did it, and they were certain they did it. They spoke it as a direct fact, not maybe, not could be. They said they did it and went into detail on how sick and sad it was they did it. And I was like, what? And that was the power behind. That's why I kind of would dare any power that bees to try and like mess with it and try and say that, because we did it all objective. But does Czarr know fact? Yeah. Does Czarr know who's saying it? Yeah. Do I know more than I say? Yeah, I do. And the superstars that was in the superstar speaking was not Drake. It was not Drake or no one around X. It was another artist, like another one. That when I found out she was talking to him, I was like, oh shoot. It made me feel like a boss at the moment. At the moment, it was just a moment. But then when the conversation came up, I got sick to my stomach. Like, I can't tell you, because I may want to come at this artist at a different time because they know the truth. Let me put it this way. That's why I said you guys are in here with superstars and don't know it. They know the truth. They already know the truth, and they know who, they know when, they know why. Because when I found out that they were talking how they were talking, I'm like, well, how can you live with yourself knowing something like that? And you're okay with it? And it made me think, are they that scared of this person? It was sad, but it was an outcome nonetheless. I can't drop names. That's not what I do. I only address scenarios and ask questions. I'm not here to put people out here. They probably are. No, but on the real, why'd you guys, and you guys are probably in here now, why'd you guys keep asking about her child? That's what I don't get. Why'd you keep asking about her child? Like, I mean, like, it got to the point where everything was asking child. Then you wanted a picture? Like, here's my thing. If I'm talking to a woman, she sent me a picture, that's cool. But I'm not asking for your child's picture. What is that about? I've never seen or heard some stuff like that. I was like, why would having a baby's picture, what does that do for you? Hit the like button if you're just coming in. Hit that like button. Oriah, that's just speculation. Until you show me proof. Until you show me proof too, lovely Tashay TV. Till you show me proof, it's still up for question. These guys could be just end the children on some weird stuff, some sucker stuff. And that's some sucker stuff. If you're a pedo, bruh, you got some stuff to work through. Never heard that word before, Orion. Hit the like button if you're just coming through. Guys, I'm going to an hour and then I'm gonna let it be. I got some other things I gotta do business wise. Tomorrow I'm gonna try and do another live in the afternoon after you celebrating and everything. Hit the like button if you're just coming through. Soon we're gonna try and work. We're in the thousands. Just like the uploads. My uploads are there. It's time for us to get the live there. Hit the like button. My uploads get thousands. So now we're gonna work on live. Hit the like button. I seen the autopsy info. I do not have any autopsy or toxicology, let alone I don't have the full report in my hand. And that's what I said to the people with. I told them, if you don't have the full document for me to look through, I'm not gonna confirm you. Show me a full document showing cause and everything, and I'll believe you. Period. Don't send me a last page and tell me, oh, that's fact. Don't do that. Send me the full document. The father requested the autopsy and toxicology and he never got it. I don't know if they're hiding it. I don't know what the laws are for them to deny it. So I can't say why we haven't seen it. What I can say is there's an issue at the fact that it's not being produced. And I don't respect that situation. I don't know. I can't call it. Your guess is mine. He does have rights to it. Well, ask Broward County why he hasn't received it yet. The same county that didn't do a DNA test when bringing in alleged murders. So what? Again, I've never heard of DNA being requested twice. Broadcast updates. Why? That may hem up more people in a situation. If people's getting up in a, it could be future implications of a problem. And I'm seeing deeper implications of other things. That's just my opinion. Hit the like button if you're just coming in. If you have any questions, everybody ask your last questions. And tomorrow we'll continue it and I'll actually have something that I want to discuss. This live was just a jolt back into the live community. Hey, Michaela, how are you doing? Just send me a message on my Twitter, Queen Prodigy. I will tomorrow. I'll do another live tomorrow. Oh, I appreciate it, Michaela. Thank you. The guy with red hoodie at the scene is officially on paperwork as a witness, so we're not discussing him right now. I appreciate that, Michaela. I don't know his friends, so I can't say whether they're real or fake. I don't really know him. Yeah, but the guy in the red hoodie's officially on paperwork, so he's already part of the case. The question is, why ain't Victor? Yeah, guy in the red hoodie that you seen in the pictures on paperwork as a witness. Merry Christmas, Christmas Eve, and we'll also do something for the New Year's too. So I'll be on live again tomorrow, and then the New Year's we'll check it out. Check community inside of where the area is where everyone can vote, and I'll let you know what time tomorrow. So that's why I'm letting him be. But Victor, you need to be on some paperwork. After what you did on social media, ain't no sliding. You made your decision. You did that. And you posted photos of him dead on your social media. I don't like that. I know a lot about the Bruno character. I just want to see if Isabella is going to step forward and prove some of the things she told me about him. I did not see the step uncle on the list. I did not. I personally didn't see his name, so I can't say it is or isn't. You can message me on IG. You can message me at CZARR underscore ALL underscore rights RIGHTS underscore reserved RESERVED. Yeah, I heard that the body was cremated too. Allegedly, someone said. Allegedly, all stage. We don't know that to be true. Allegedly. Yes, allegedly that is the case. Remember, those who glorify in their time now and abuse others, that's what their soul gets in the end. I appreciate that, Cash Money. Thank you. The IG is CZARR underscore all ALL underscore rights RIGHTS underscore reserved RESERVED. Witchcraft doesn't work against me. It's not going to work. Remember, I told you Czarr read the full book. These guys only read snippets of it. So what happens is, attempting that type of thing towards me, I can make it come back 100 times worse. I'm not saying they haven't, but I'm saying give them a chance to speak. I don't know what he's into. Neither do I care what he's into. Shout to Brooklyn, shout to the Bronx, shout to Texas, shout to Cali, shout to Cali, shout to the Netherlands, shout to, I don't want to forget it. Yeah, shout to the Netherlands, shout to Ireland. So I don't forget it. It's her decision. I'm not going to force it. Being that she made her claims against Cleo, I don't know if I'd be apt to do it because of her personality. I didn't like that. I think she should have stayed objective and not made those claims against Cleo. Shout to the Netherlands, Monica Nurse. I don't know. I don't know what he was into. The way she abruptly came out at Cleo, that's not how you do it. Hit the like button if you're just coming through. That's not how you do it. So I didn't like that. I thought she could have carried herself a little better. But that does alarm me about her. That's why I said now I want to see proof aside from your word. Shout to Toronto, Canada. Soon I'm gonna have this gear out for y'all, and I'm gonna let you know where you can get it at. CommenterNation, greatest nation since United Nations. It's gonna be rocking. It is an emotional roller coaster. Yes, it is. Just as life is. She could have gone at her in a different way, but these type of things happen sometimes. You can't control how everybody chooses to react to things. Hit the like button if you're just coming through. I want to add this, and I want everybody to understand that basically what we talked about was different situations revolving around X, and the fact that Czarr did, in fact, see messages of two superstars that have nothing to do with this case, confirming that someone special did it. And once it happened, I immediately said something to that person that they confirmed to have done it. And he knows, because he knows who I am. He knows I did. And I told him someone's pillow talk, because these superstars never met up with this girl, and that was their term of engagement to even speak to her. So yes, Czarr knows. I know. It was the right place at the right time. That's all I can say. And this was in the middle of me doing it, and the person had no clue about it. And this was in the middle of the summer. This was back in the middle of the summer. And I was just sitting there like, what? For real? Right after he was deceased for about a month and a half. I'll try and get as many different clothing lines going for you. I have very trusty people. Shout out to New York. Shout out to the creative Manhattan and Brooklyn minds around there. I appreciate it. I'm gonna have good stuff for everybody, even women's apparel. Hit the like button if you're just coming in. At 10:10, I'm shutting down, and I'm gonna probably see you guys tomorrow sometime. Stay up to date with community. I'm gonna drop there so you can keep in touch and see what's going on, and we'll talk about it. I appreciate everybody stopping through. Again, hit the like button on your way out if you gotta go. If you're coming in, I said 1:10 because we're already past an hour, but I see what you mean. Thank y'all for rocking with the channel. We got more coming up. I have my releases. Make sure you watch everything. 2019, everything's going to speed up. So keep up with the channel. We're going to speed up. The speed only increases. And tomorrow on live, I will reveal to you how many subscribers I actually have. And that will be the drive that I'm trying to reveal, because I want to do a subscriber drive. I'm trying to get to 10,000. Yes, most definitely. I have things coming for the community. 10,000 subscribers. Everybody subscribe and hit the bell. Get your families subscribe. Everybody spread the word. All rights reserved. We're the wave. Period. Through all the haters, through all of it, we win. Period. Happy holidays, everybody. 10,000 subs, the next movement. I got a lot more that I plan to do for CommenterNation, so support the channel, spread it around, make sure everybody subscribes. Yeah, I'll have the sweatshirts and everything, female size, everything, man size. Everything's going to be planned out for y'all. You know, I've been rocking the retro ones for a minute, so I might even get myself some new ones too. All right, y'all, I'm about to be out. About to get things going, handle some business. Enjoy your holidays. Just enjoy everything you got going on. And as always, you know how I rock. All rights reserved. Comment below, hit the like button again on your way out. Holla.